Yeah, I have it.
Have you downloaded the latest Drupal version?
Yeah, I have it.
Okay. Waiting for some new members to join, and then we can start with it.
Okay, sure. Thank you. So I have one question. Can we get yesterday's recording?
Sorry, Manoj. Today is the first session. There was. Hello, Manoj.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
I thought there is yesterday's as well.
Yeah. So basically, today we are going to create one new site in Drupal. So if you all have anything, we can focus on anyone. Like you all want a blog site or any particular site you all have. So if it's common between all of them, then we can do something on that. So you all can give any suggestions.
Okay, so we can ask our question as well. Like suppose something some use cases how to build that, right?
Yeah, yes. Or like now,
Okay.
what kind of a site you all want us to be built? Like a blog site or some restaurant site or something. So we can take that as a base, and then we can try to make the site on that. So anyone has any suggestions?
Okay. Okay.
Hello, Stanley.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, hi. So Stanley also will be co-hosting with me. So if anyone lags behind and all, you all can post questions to him or to me. So both of us will be taking to this session today. So Stanley, any suggestion like what we can do today? Like build a site on some any.
Some like a blog post or something like for cooking site or something like that.
Okay. And any other members have any suggestion? You all thought of making some site or something that you all we could do it today.
I think we can go with the portfolio something like showing a portfolio of any projects or something like that. So
Yeah.
even it will cover many things.
Yeah, we can do that. So we'll take a portfolio as a reference for the site today. Okay, so we'll wait. We can start actually. It's almost 10 minutes past. So everybody has this downloaded Drupal. So you can place it in the WAMP folder. Like I'll just start. So I have pasted in mine this. So this is Drupal 9 code which I have right now. So everybody has this done. Hello, is everybody on the same page? Like you all have done this particular, extracted the code and pasted in a.
Yeah, we have.
Yes. Okay. So I'll just create a virtual host for me. And a new database for it. So you all can follow the same steps simultaneously.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Where to paste the folder?
You have what
Group.
server have you installed on your WAMP XAMPP?
Uh,
Hello.
the XAMPP is in C drive.
Okay, so you can open your XAMPP folder.
I open.
Yeah, so then there'll be htdocs folder inside it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so extract it over there
Okay.
and then run your XAMPP and then you can load it from your localhost.
Hi.
Anybody else is facing any issues? Hi, Prince. You have raised your hand. You have any issue?
Hello.
Hello?
How to install Drupal locally?
Yeah, so one second. I'll just stop my
I
screen. You can just share your screen with us.
Yeah.
दूर आहे तांबडे आहे दूर पहिले
Add.
Yeah, you can open your PHP MyAdmin. So you need to create one new database. So click on that PHP MyAdmin. Open it in a.
Yeah.
You create a new database. Click on database. Yeah. Give it a new database name.
Direct create.
Small case. Yeah. Create. Now go back to your can you show me where you have pasted the folder?
Yeah, in htdocs.
Can you open it up for us?
Here I had pasted. In C drive, Gem, htdocs, Drupal 9.
Inside the folder. Yeah, just extract this one level outside. Just cut the full thing. No. Open the folder
But,
and just cut the full. No, select all the folders from your.
path.
Select all. Yeah, cut it. Control X and then paste it one level behind. So go back. Yeah, and just
गरम
Yeah.
चक है सर
yeah.
गरम चक है सर
Yeah. That now can you can you go to your this HTTP open your XAMPP application.
Yeah. Yeah. Hello.
Just type in localhost. Scroll down. Applications. Go to your applications.
No, it's not sure. I think outside I have to paste.
No, just type in over there Drupal after the localhost. Remove that. Yeah, remove the applications.html. Just type Drupal.
मैं कोणी केलं चटणी
The Drupal -9 dot folder name.
मी तर साखर घातल्या
Drupal 9.
Yeah, Drupal 9 dash .0.0. I think your folder name is .0.0.
Yeah. Yeah.
Press
Now
and
what
continue.
should I do?
Save and continue.
Yeah.
It's loading. So then next you can use standard. Save and continue. And then that's okay. That was just a requirement. Scroll down. scroll down right at the end, or you can continue anyways.
Continue.
Your database name, I think you named it temp, TEMP.
10. Yeah.
Your database username is by default should be root until unless you have not changed it. Root. Any password? Oh, it's
Blank. I think he
I had not put.
using blank password.
yeah, keep it blank. Yeah, save and continue. Yeah, it will take some time. So I'll just, you can stop your share so that I can just. Yeah. So once that is done, you all will be reaching to this page. So if everyone is on this page, you can give it a 9. So this will be your site email address. So whenever mails or something else is sent from the site, it will be sent from this email address. So this can be. So this is your main root administrator username. You can give it a password. This will be the email address of the user. So this you can give your personal email or anything, something like that. Then you select a country, time zone, and save and continue.
Can we change the time zone and
Yes,
country once it's
yes. You after later on you can change it from the admin. If you have set it now, you can change it in the admin once you log in.
okay? Thank you.
Even right now, if you want, you can change it before clicking the save and continue as per your time zone. Once everyone reaches this page, just let know so that everyone is at the same page.
Yes.
Anyone is still pending behind living, or we can continue from here.
Yeah, installation is going on.
Okay. Everybody has Composer installed on your system.
One.
That was
Yes.
okay. So if you can just go to your and JIT everyone. Okay, JIT. So you go to your folder. Where JIT is not required right now because we won't be pushing the code. So Composer is required.
Okay.
So if I So one of the advantage of using Composer is any modules have certain dependencies. Like one module will be dependent on some other modules. So when you install it via Composer, it downloads all the required modules along with it. Even the libraries are attached to it. So you don't have to manually place the different modules. So right now, if you see, there is like, if you have to go to some configurations, it becomes difficult. You have to open the config page. Then you scroll down to whichever requirements you want. So one of the admin side advantage module is this particular module. So you can see this module you can add either two ways. One is you directly download it and place it in the module folder. But then if you cannot install it by Composer, so you can use this particular install it via Composer. So this is the command. So you copy this command, and in your root folder where the composer.js file, so wherever this composer.json file is there, you have to run the command composer require.
How to start your composer, that composer?
It is a git bash environment, so you can just, otherwise you can go to your command prompt and then traverse to that folder. So that is, so this is the folder where you have to run the command. So wherever your path is, if you're using web, so you just go to your this particular path where your Drupal 9 folder is kept. So for some of y'all it will be XAMPP, htdocs, XAMPP, htdocs, Drupal 9. So and you have to run it where this particular file is the composer.json.
When I am searching the admin toolbar, it's displaying only available for Drupal 8 on browser. Go to browser.
So it is compatible with Drupal 9 because what Composer does, it checks for all the dependencies. If it is only valid, then it will install, else it will throw error. So admin toolbar 2.2.0 is available. So if you just check on the main link which I sent you, you can see it is requires Drupal 8.8.0 or greater than 9.0. So it is available. So you can see this. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah.
Can I download from here and paste in modules folder?
Yes, but then you won't be able to run Composer install for any other updates or anything, because if you do that, it will remove the module from you, because since it's not on this. So you can do that method also. Just download the module and then you can place it under modules. You can create a contributed folder and then place the module over here. So this direct, when you run this command, it downloads it for you and it places it in the required directory. So it saves your manual work, because if you see the composer file, you'll see it is added as a requirement over here. So it will automatically check for updates when you run. So this is one advantage. If you don't want to do this, you can directly paste it. Like you can download it and place it over there.
In their modules folder.
Yes.
Because Composer is not installed on.
Yeah. Okay. You can download, extract it and download. Put it in this folder.
Okay.
So once that is done, you can go to extract, extend. Module will be listed on this page. Here you can see admin toolbar. So you can just enable this modules and then you have to click install. You can see the advantage of this module is you don't have to like go to each page. So you get a better interface. So you can directly go to whichever part of the Drupal you need to access from this page. About the question which you had about changing the time zone, so you have to go to people. If you edit you can see you can change your time zone from here.
Okay.
Yeah. So everybody has, yes.
In where you are going, admin,
It is,
and
you have to go to people. Then you select the user which you want to change it, and the site email address which was put, if you want to change that, so you go to configuration, system, basic site settings, and then you can change the site email address from here.
okay, got it.
So once everybody has that module installed, we can start with the
where where is the display module in admin section where I need to go?
module for which the to install the module.
Yeah, actually
Yeah,
on
so you
composer
have to so you have to go to extend, and it will list all the modules that are placed on your site, like into any folders and all. So the module, you can scroll down or you can just filter it over here. We had installed admin toolbar. So you just check 1, 2, 3 modules and then click install.
okay, I think it's not installed.
Next important type in Drupal is content. So for content, each content type is like a node to yours. So for that, if you go to structure, you can see content type. So by default, if you use the default Drupal configuration, it will give you two content type. One is article content type and one is basic page. So basic pages are generally used for static pages, like which content hardly changes, like your about us page, vision page. And then if you check the fields, you have to click on manage fields. It has a body and a title field. And then the other one which it gives you is a article. So this can be a blog pages or any press news, that kind of a content. So what we need right now is a portfolio content type. So for that, you can click on add content type. You give it a name. See, note with the title, it gives you a machine name. So machine names are unique for all. So once you save this, machine name you cannot change. But if you want to change the label can be changed later on.
We are adding basic or article type. Which content type?
No, we are creating a new content type. So since we are making a site for portfolio today, so this content type will have all our portfolios in it. So this is, we are creating a new content type. So this is create a new revision. So whenever you do any changes, it will keep a revision copy of your, like suppose you change today, the backup of the old copy will be kept. So promote to home page is like a certain content. If you want to publish to home page, you can use this particular filter. So for right now, I'll remove this. So this is like display who had created a user, it will say who created. So for portfolio, we don't require this because it will be just one user. And menu settings, like if you want to make it as a hard link on the home page or anywhere in the navigation, you can use this. Since portfolios, this is mostly used for static pages, which you link directly from the navigation. So I'll say save and manage fields. Everyone is on this particular page or somebody still behind?
I am on same page.
You see here, by default, it gives you a body field. This body field we can use as the description of the project. So I'm just changing the label of it. So we can keep the summary input as like if you want to display your portfolios in the home page, you will just show the little summary of it, and on the actual page you can show the full content. So you can use summary input. Then you save this. So for portfolio, we'll require like a field which will link to your actual project. So we'll require a link field. So we can say add field. You can select link. You can give it a label, calling it as link to project. So I'm keeping it as to limited to one, but suppose if your project has, if you want in future, if you want to change it, like your one project might have 3-4 pages link, like a code link, the actual page link. So you can set it to how many values you want, or you can make it unlimited. So that depends on your project requirements. But the storing settings, you have to make sure like you are aware of, because later on, once there is data, it becomes difficult to change this. So initially, if you had kept it as unlimited, to make it 1, if there is data, you cannot do it. You can make this field as a required field also, but some projects won't have any required links. Some might not have links, so it's better if I don't keep it as required. Then this allows you an option whether you want to, your links are there on the site which you're making itself, or it is on external. So some might be internal projects, some will be external, so you can keep this. Like these are the attributes which HTML provides you, like allow link text where a text attribute is added, and then you save this. Another important thing for a portfolio is like you give certain screenshots of the project itself. So for that, we can add an image field. You can see an image. So I can make this as a one banner kind of a image. As a header image or something, you can set this, which is like showing the full project. Here you can set the allowed extensions, like certain type of images. And this is a file directory. So you can put certain kind of images in a certain directory and keep them separate. So this by default sets it by a date folder. So I'll keep this as a portfolio and banner subfolder. Here you can set maximum, minimum resolution images that you want to take from the end user who will be editing the content. You can set maximum upload size. Alt tag you can put enable, disable. Add are like kind of gallery images. So I'll select image. So gallery images can be like not just one, it can be many images of the project, like different screenshots of certain pages which you're putting. So I can keep it as unlimited. Then I can keep it. Any other field you'll require will be required for the portfolio page. Is everyone on this page, y'all have created the fields as per like your portfolio, what fields y'all will be requiring? Any help is needed on that?
Description is of type text. Text, I have to say that.
Oh yes, text. So there are different text formats which you can use. So there is long text. If it's having like you can see, wait, I'll just show it to you. So if you go to text, so you get a list text will be like a select box if you want to make. Then text formatted will give you like attributes bold, italic, but it will be a small field, 256 characters. Then formatted long
Oh,
will be like address field kind of. So text area. Then long some with summary
okay.
will give you a summary field with the body. So as per your requirements of the what type of content you need to put, you can use this.
I,
Hello Joshua, I have one question. Suppose if you want to create some custom fields, custom field means custom type, field type.
Yes.
So, so is there going to be any module we're going to use it, or we have to do using a code?
You have to write a code for it.
Okay.
Yeah, so it is like you need to create the field type. So each of these fields are defined in the core. So you'll have to define that field in a custom module and then you can enable it. So there'll be like a install file, then there'll be a controller, and then there'll be a plugin type. So it is like in a module development. So the plugin when will have a schema and an install. So that schema will define this particular what exactly the field does. So if you go through like if you go to the core, you can see color. You can see the file. So date range is a module. So it is like if you want date range, so they have created this. So right now, if you see on over here, you are not getting a, you're having a date field, but there is no date range field over here. So for that date range, there's a module which is created. So if I go to extend, and I install it, and I refresh this page, you'll see a date range, a new field is added. So to get this field, you'll see under the date range module, they have created the formatter, the default form, like these are the different type of formats which we can use in that. And that widget which we have shown is here. So you have to add this particular, like it's for one thing, you have to write all these files to create that custom field. And the schema, you're defining the what kind of a field it is. So this you need to create. So once you do that, you can do it like certain requirements client have. And if that field is not available there, you can create this and then you have to install it as a module. So that comes under
Hey,
module development.
once again, can you please just
Yes.
can you please explain once again that file location or in which file we are changing?
No, this core, you are not recommended to change the core. So I just gave you an example of in how core they've created this particular new field, that is date time range. So similarly, you'll have to create a module for this. And that module will be a custom module. So it will be going in your, you have to go to Drupal 9 modules and you create a new folder. and then you place it under this.
Oh,
And if it's like a module which like many people will be using it or something, you can contribute it back to drupal.org, and once it becomes like a stable module, you have done all the checks and all, then you can directly install it by Composer. So like it will, once you publish it, it will be listed, as like this projects over here, and then people can download that module like by Composer or something like that. So this all modules which are developed, they are like contributed modules by different developers. So you can see this module is maintained by so many people. So if it's like, you can publish it back. So whatever work you do, you give back to Drupal. And if it's like a very specific case, like only for one particular project, then you add it as a custom module. Otherwise, you contribute it back to Drupal.
okay.
You managed to install that? You all are done with this page?
Yes.
Next, if you go to content, add content, you'll see a new content type here, that is portfolio. So, and it will get all the fields. So it has title, link to project, banner image, gallery image. So if you like, this is a form now. So certain requirements come wherein you require the URL to be on top, something like, so that can be handled from manage form display. So you click on manage form display. And you can, like, suppose you want link to project to be after title, and then you can have like banner image on top. And then you can, like some people, like some systems, if you don't have a mouse and all, dragging becomes difficult. So then you can just click on the show weights, and then you can change the weight of the field. You can make it -1, 1, 2, 3, and then you
So
save.
Joshua, yeah, suppose there is a one default field which is created while creating a content time as a title, right?
Yes,
So, so is there any way we can rename that, like
yes,
remove that title,
you can
something like
rename
that?
it. Title is a requirement by
Not
default.
rename. Uh,
Yeah.
suppose I have to like don't use the title, so it can be I have to delete that field. I don't have to use that field. I have some different requirements. So, is there
You
a way or any
you
module we can do that?
you cannot delete the field as such, because title is like a required field. So you can either disable it so that user doesn't have to fill that particular field, or you can rename it and use it as something else. But to use it automatically to fill it, you require a contributed module. So if you go to, let's say, auto entity label. So you can use this particular module. So if I take this, you can either use the module, or you can write a custom code wherein you have to use a hook. Like you can use a pre-save hook wherein you will just put a default title for it. Installing. Renaming the title field can be done from here. So you can just change it to name, or you can say it as project name. I save it. It will change to project name. You can install this module at this. I pasted the composer install, or you can download it from.
और दिन अंदर रोटी खा ले जो आपकी आप शनिवार दी तो नोट नो रखना पड़े
हां ले लिया आरएल मीडिया
कौन डाल दे
See, composer is showing you that this module is not yet stable with Drupal 9. So this is the advantage of using composer. So it validates the module for you. See, your requirements could not be installed. It requires Drupal 8.0. So that is because this particular contributed module is not yet, because Drupal 9 released on 3rd June. So it is not. So if you check the module issue list, you'll see your Drupal 9 readiness. So dev branch, it is committed to. So you need to use that particular version. See, you see this particular release has been given for 809. So we can use this particular release of the module. So if I go to, so this is one advantage of using composer. I pasted the link for those who don't have the Composer. You all can download this particular release, and those who have Composer can use this. Composer installed, or if you have pasted it, you'll go to extend. You can enable this particular module. So once the module is installed, you can go to portfolio, structure, portfolio. You'll see a new tab will be added, that is automated label. So you click on that. So it gives you options over here: automatically generate the label and hide the field, automatically generate the label only if the user have not filled the field. So as per your requirements, you can add this. So I'll do automatically generate your label, and then here you can use certain pattern, like you can keep it like a one name for all, or if you want to use like internally, if you have some other field, that is like you have some, you like right now we don't have any field, so I'll just keep portfolio, portfolio dash some. You can check the, so if you want to use tokens like related field values, if you need to install on the side, you require this particular module which helps you with that. So for now, a token I'll install later. I'll just show you right now portfolio, and I save this. So now if I go to create a portfolio content, you'll see the title field is gone.
Yes.
This is what you wanted.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that token module is like it helps you, like if you instead of the in the title field you wanted to pull in some, like if there was a text field over here, so I'll just show you that. So you all know what are taxonomies, like it's used to in blogs and all, it is like tags or something like that. You can tag particular content so that it's easier to filter. So for portfolio, we'll just create a new vocabulary. You can say it as category, and I save it. And then I can add terms to the category, as I can say website development. It says Drupal. So these are the wide list of categories which will be entering. WordPress. And now we have to link this particular categories to our content type. So for that, you go to your content type, portfolio, manage fields. We add a new field, and then you go to reference, because you are referencing it from a taxonomy term. You can say category. like your portfolio can have multiple categories, not just one category. So I say save. And make it a required field, and will be a new category which we have created. So we'll be using category, and I save the setting. So now if I go to, yes,
Actually, I got it, on select the taxonomy, where we are going to select taxonomy.
yeah. So you are on.
Reference. You are.
Can you share your screen? I'll just stop my.
No. Actually, I'm on another system. So can you please simply click on add new field, or
Okay.
let me explain.
Add new field. So
Or reference.
taxonomy is a reference field. So you can taxonomy term.
Okay.
Okay, wait.
And after that,
Category. I'll make it as 2 because I have 1. So save.
Okay, got it. Let me try. Hold. Okay, got it. Now category. Hello.
Hello? Hello? So what I'm
I
explaining
think
right now is,
your
yeah,
voice is.
you can hear me? Hello?
Yeah, Joshua, I can hear you.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
So what right now I'm explaining is, if you see at this portfolio, what we have created, it is not looking good. So we'll try to make this look something better without using any CSS or something. Basically from the admin. So you have to go to your structure, content, portfolio, and go to manage display. So here you can, so we can show the banner image right on top, and then we can show the category, maybe then description, link to project, and the other details. So these are the labels which you can see right here. So that this is the title what were given for the field. So if we don't want those, we can make them hidden. So this we can keep as inline category to show and mention. This we can keep hidden. Link to projects we can show inline. Gallery image we can make it as hidden. So we'll see how does it affect. So now if I refresh this page, banner image has gone on top. Then this has come inline, link to project and your category. So now if you see, the images are too big. So for that, you can see this, you can change the image style. So currently by default, Drupal gives you 3 particular style sizes, that is large, medium, thumbnail. So we can make this as large, and gallery images we can thumbnail. You can see the image sizes have changed. So if you want some different size resolutions you have in, so you can go to media, image styles. So you can see by default Drupal has given you 3, so you can create more. So you can say add style, image style, give this as banner image for styling the banner image, create new style, and then here you can use the different effects, like you can use convert, crop, resize, rotate, scale. So as per your requirements, when the upload user up, so we can use scale and crop, like to reduce the size, increase the size. So I say add. So banner image are usually huge in size, so we can keep it as 1600 and the height maybe 570. And this is used from where you need to crop the image. So if you keep it as center, so the side parts will be cropped. So if you keep, so this is as per your image requirements, how you want to do it. I save. So now if I go to manage display and I go to edit this, you'll see a new style that will be added, which we just created. So this is the one which we created, banner image. So you say update, save, and if you refresh this page, see the banner image has increased and it has cropped it from the center. Any doubts on this?
Yes. Can you please go again?
On the image,
Image. Go back on
this,
image. Actually, the drop down is displayed on a back end manage
yes,
display.
yes,
Yes, format. In format drop down.
yes,
Yeah, right now when I click on only URL is displaying.
yes,
Image and URL.
yes.
Yes. Okay.
So this will show you only the URL to the image. It won't show you the actual image. So it is like if you want to use that particular URL of the image. So if I save this and I go to portfolio, it will show you, see, it's showing you the only the URL to the image. So there are sometimes requirements wherein you need to use this as a reference to something else. You want to link it to something. So that is time you can use this. But usually you format is like it's showing you either you want the link or you want the actual image to be displayed.
Where we select the
That is
image, right now we have.
So you make it as image and you click on this settings icon, you can see.
Which one?
This icon over here.
Okay.
So you click on that, it will give you the options.
Got it.
Okay. And then
Got it. Save. Got it.
so now next thing, important thing is like SEO, making it SEO friendly. So you see this URL on top, it is saying node 1. So it's like difficult for people also to remember. So saying it like a node 1, node 2, node 3. So for that, we have a module in Drupal which is known as Path Auto. You see this module has dependencies on it. So if you see requirements, there is token and city tool. So right now, if we install it via Composer, will automatically download these two modules. But now whoever is doing it manually, like they are downloading the module from here, they'll have to download these two particular modules also. So those who are doing manually, I'll give them the links. So this particular you require token and city tools. So these three modules shall be required to download manually, those who are doing, and those who are installing directly via Composer, they can install this and it will download the other modules. So it will be Composer require Drupal / Path Auto. So you all can install this. It will take some time depending on your internet speed also.
One more thing. Actually, how do you open the project portfolio node 1? Actually, that link is not displaying in my.
Okay, so see, you can see it's downloading the reference modules also if you do it by Composer. So I'll show you for the link.
Yes, yes.
So you go to if you click on content, it will show you all the content on your site. So if we go to
Oh,
click on content, see, you can see it is one content is created, and if you click on the link, it will open for you. Have you created the content node?
Yes, node is created.
Okay, so it's listing for you on the content page.
No, right now it's not displaying.
Can you just share your screen?
Not let me. No, actually I'm on another PC. That's the
Okay.
problem. Let me connect again.
You can just try again. You just go to add content portfolio, fill in the fields, and then you click save. So if I save, this will be node 2, and if I go to content, there will be 2. Your composer install and manual download of the folders is done. Oh, anyone is lagging
Yes.
behind? Okay. So now if we go to extend and we search for path auto and we install it. So it's showing a dependency modules also. Continue. Path install module is installed. So I got to URL alias. So yours are installed, everyone's module.
Yes.
Okay, so we can go to patterns, click on pattern, then add path auto pattern. So we select content and we are adding it for portfolio and you give it a label. And this is important. So you have to go to URL alias, search metadata URL alias. So you click on URL alias and then you click on patterns. Then add path auto pattern. Select content portfolio. You give it a label. And now this is important. This will be your pattern of the whatever you want. So it can, there are tokens. So this was a module which was required. So if you click on tokens, it shows you the different key shortcuts which you can use. So we can open up nodes. So we can category / portfolio. Since the title is
Joshua, here we can also show the encrypted ID. Suppose we want to encrypt our ID or title somewhere in
yeah,
some
but
requirement.
yeah, we can keep the title also over here. But since the title we have kept it as fixed portfolio, so we'll fix
Yeah.
that first and then we'll come to this. So
Okay.
go to structure, content type, portfolio. Go to automatic label. So since we had made it as portfolio, we'll add it as portfolio, and we can click here. We can use nodes. Category, portfolio, and then we can give it some random number, and I close this. I say save, and I go to content, and I edit both of them, and I say save, save. See, you can see the automated title has given them since Drupal portfolio this Drupal portfolio. So now if I just edit this and I change the category, so I put this as WordPress and I save it, it will change the title to that WordPress portfolio. This, and this is happening because of structure, content type, portfolio. This particular token in front. So you see, this is setting the field category. So whatever we are setting it as category, it is adding it to the title. So now if we go to configuration, search URL alias, and we go to patterns, add pattern, content, portfolio, and we use token as node title. You go to node, title, and I save this. And now we need to generate all that URL alias for both the content. So I select content, regenerate for all. So now if I go to content and I node 1. So you see this. So to change that, you go to structure, portfolio, edit, generate automatic. So this is happening because we had already created the content first and then we have installed the module. So I made it as automated. Now if I go to URL alias, bulk generate, you can see the URL have been changed. So it is Drupal portfolio. So now you can make this as per your requirements, like however you want it. So any questions on this?
Actually, I have installed the module path
Yes.
auto, but when I click on configuration and URL alias,
Yes.
the tab is not displaying, like URL pattern is not displaying.
So if I go to URL alias, which one is the pattern?
Yes. URL.
you
Yes, these patterns list.
you installed via Composer or you downloaded modules and you added Composer.
Installed
So
by Composer. Installed.
okay, just check if all these 3 modules are installed. One second.
Let me join on another piece.
Path auto module. So there should be path auto module, and then there'll be city tools module, chaos module, and then there'll be token module. Can you just verify this 3 modules?
I think
It is requiring chaos tool, path alias in this module. Just see if these are installed on yours. Is it installed?
yes. I share my. I'm sharing. How can I share my screen?
There is a Zoom. There'll be some share screen option.
I
Right
think
at the
Joshua,
bottom.
you need to give him permission.
No, I gave share screen is
Oh.
enabled.
Okay.
Are you able to share? Yes, it's loading.
So this is my.
Yeah, can you just check for city tools? For token module, TOKN. Yes, and path auto.
Path auto.
Yes. Just expand that, provide a mechanism for modules. Yes. Yes. Thanks. Okay, can you just go to your reports and hover on reports and status report?
Configuration.
That can be skipped. Scroll down. Okay. Process. Scroll up. And just hover over that Drupal icon right over on top. In the navigation, yeah, and then just click on run updates. Run updates. Can you just add that to your settings.php file? Just copy that. Dollar. No. That $settings config. $settings bracket config. That for second line. Yeah, from the arrow. And go to your folder. You are using AquaDev.
Yeah, actually, that's excellent.
It should just show me your AquaDev interface.
Okay.
Use HTTPS and this. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I'm going to open the settings.
Okay.
And this is on.
No, because AquaDev installs the conf file by default.
Yes, by default. Users. Aqua. And desktop. Drupal settings. And after that, property. And here I need to add.
Yes.
This one. Setting, config, sync directory.
Yeah. So you place the directory equal to and give it a. Just check where is the directory path of yours. And there'll be a config folder inside. Just go to the local code. Yeah. Sites. Yeah. Slash and create a folder. You'll need to create a folder there.
Create a folder also.
Yeah. Create a folder /config. Yeah. And then create a folder over there for you.
Okay. Got it. Going to Drupal 9. New folder. Config. Yes. Okay.
Refresh your.
Yes. Thank you.
Continue. Okay. No errors. Go to your front page.
On front page, this is the front page.
Any error you got when you were installing the module?
No.
Can you go to extend uninstall?
When I am going to install, oh sorry, this is the screen. Okay. Use enable successfully. I think it's all. No pending updates.
Yeah. Okay. Just go to no. Go to your people. Hover and permissions. People permissions. Permissions. Yes. And just control find, control F, and search for path auto. Just scroll down to path auto module somewhere. Yeah, it's okay. Administrator is given. Path auto is given. Administrator has. Yeah, all the permissions are proper. Okay. Can you just go to extend and then uninstall? Extend. Uninstall. Uninstall module. Yeah. Uninstall the path auto module. Yes. And try to install it again. Yeah. No, it will be the extend. Click on extend. Extend.
enabled. There was a problem checking
No, that is okay. You just try now. Configuration. URL less. It's not
I
adding
think
for you.
when using Acro, I think because they are using some STXs also not allowing maybe.
No, that should. Oh, it's there. Just click on that dot. Sorry, I missed that. At the no, right at the right hand side there's dot. A tab right inside. Right hand side. Just click on the next tab.
Yes.
Yeah, there it is. Patterns.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And then you click on add path auto. Content. You can click on those browse available tokens. And then click on node. No, the expander node. Yeah, and then scroll down. So you can use different fields how you want. So you can use node title. There'll be node title right down. TT. It's alphabetical order. Scroll down. MN. Scroll down. There, node title. Yeah, click on it, and you can just remove that in front. By mistake, you clicked on node, so there is node title. Yeah. Okay, and then give it a label. This is for your admin, like for your reference, like so you know what particular is it. And then save. And then you can click on.
Content my.
No. Yeah, you can click on content.
Content type or content?
No, content.
Content.
So just click on edit, and generate auto. Yeah, so you had kept it generate automatic. So it will come as /test. So you just change the title now on top. Just add something else. No, just click change the title on top. Title field, the first one. Yeah, just change it to something. You can put your name or something. Yeah. And then save it. So it's then if you click on that content, it will show you the new URL. Yeah. Click on that Deepak first, type the content down. Yeah. So the URL is this. Yeah. Oh, yes. So anybody else has any questions related to this?
No, Joshua, I think
Yeah, so we can, I will show you the next, what is we are using views. So for what views and blocks are used. So I'll show you right now. You have to go to structure, views, add a view. So portfolio of type portfolio, and we'll create a page. And we'll also create a block, so that block we can place it on home page, and the page will list all of them. So on the block we can show 3 of them. You'll on the same page, you'll can just see the
we are creating views.
Creating a view. So in the view, we are creating a page and a block. So the page will be using to list down all the content of portfolio, and the block will be using to show just the latest 3 or 5 as per your requirements on the home page. So we are creating a page and then we're creating a block. You're on the same page?
Yes, I am on same.
Okay, so then you click on save and edit.
One minute, go up. Okay, and in view setting, content type all portfolio.
Yes. See, now this is the page. So right now, if I open the home page, you'll see this is welcome to portfolio. And then I have created a new view page that is portfolio. See, if I click on portfolio, it is showing me both my portfolios. And on home page, to add that particular block, you need to go to structure, block layout. And then under content, yes.
Portfolio is not displaying. Portfolio not displaying on my top menu. I think we need.
Yeah. So for that, you have this particular page open with you. Yes.
Let me open again. I think.
To go to this page, you had clicked on save and edit. Yeah. So then you go to structure, views, and it will be listed here. So you go to portfolio and you click on edit. So you will get that particular page.
Okay, got it. I have it.
One setting will be different for you. So this menu, you just click on that, and yours will be no menu entry. So you click on normal menu entry, and then you give it a title. Yeah. Give it a title, and then you select as main navigation, and you click apply. And for the, you did that, and then you click save.
No. Yes. Yes, same page. 2 portfolio or 3 portfolio.
So you got that this. So now you click on block layout.
Block layout.
Yes, and then you go to content. So basically it is required to where you want to place the content. So you, to check that, you can click on this demonstrate block regions, and it will show you where you can place. So if you place it in the content, it will be listed on this part of the page. So if you can place it on featured bottom, so these are the regions which you have on the site as per the theme where you can place the content. So we can place it under content. So I'm going to click place block, and I search for portfolio, place block. So here you can put restrictions. So we need to show it only on the home page. So I'll put it as home page means referring to the front page. So under pages restrictions, I put as front and I save. So
Front means only home page.
no, you can place it on any page whichever you want. So I'm just placing it on home page for me. So if you want to place it on your portfolio page or about us page, you'll create that page and then you can place it on that page. So now if I go to my home page, see, you can see the block is listed here, portfolio. And on the actual page, it's like a portfolio page, which will list all of the content.
Right.
Any questions on that till now?
This is clear.
Yeah.
Block and
Yeah. So similar thing, we can create a blog page which will list all the articles. So you have for the content. So any specific thing you all need to know about, like something you all wanted to ask or anything till now? Anybody has any specific requirement or something? Questions?
I think yes, like simple the portfolio, and from front end side anybody can fill the portfolio or create his portfolio. So right now only admin can create portfolio. Am I right?
Admin can create, yes. So like suppose there are like so for that you can go to roles. You click on people roles and you create add role and you call it maybe editor. So editor and you save. So next step after creating the editor role, you have to go to people permissions. Then you go to so for portfolio, you give your editor can create a portfolio. Editor can delete not any content. He can only delete his content, delete own content, what he has created. Then portfolio, he can edit his own content and then you save. So now if I go to people and I'll just add a user. And I give him role as editor and I save. So now if I open this in incognito mode, and I go to user test, if I click on add content, see he'll get create portfolio. So wherein he can only create content of type portfolio, none of the other content admin interface he gets. So based on the roles, you can assign him certain permissions. So if you change the permissions of the editor, like you give him some additional content, so similar permissions will be given to that user. You can try this. You all can join this Slack channel group. So any Drupal support is channel is there. So any questions you all can post there also. So there are many other. This is that particular. This is that channel. So you can post questions, and then there are like around 14,000 members here. So all of them are active under the support. To do this, permissions and the roles.
This is I have it's displaying.
Okay. Any other specific requirement? So I think we have covered installing Drupal modules and creating users, SEO friendly, tagging content, content type views.
Yes. One more, like
Yes.
like in a CRM right now, like we have two modules, like class and second one is student.
Okay.
So class, so we have a relationship.
Yes.
Yeah.
So class. So what fields are there for the class? Can you just tell me that?
The
Class.
is class name, number of students, or like
Okay, so we can do that. So we go to content, say add content type, class, and add fields. And what field is name is there? Description, class. Any other field is required? Title, class name, and then
yes, and then number of students only, or class teacher name. Like
okay, class teacher. So I'll just put that to explain. Class teacher. Okay, so we have this particular things done. So if I go to add content, I say class, class 5, class 5A, high school, class 5A, class teacher Rohan, and I save. And then I go to content, add content class 6A. Now it is Mohan. So now basically we have two classes. So now we need to create students. So I go to content, add content type, student. Add field is number instead of roll number. I save it. And I can keep something as student email. Okay, and then now we need to set a relationship between the student and the class. So for that, you go to reference content.
Yes.
Reference content belongs to class. Save. And then he can be belong to only one class. So level as 1. Then you select a class content type.
Okay.
And we'll make it as
Belongs to many.
required. Yes.
It like right now belong to one.
Yes, belongs to one
it
class.
can belong to many in the and belong to many in that case.
O3 belongs to. So now this field we have made it as 1. So if you make it as 3, then he can belong to 3 class. Like it depends. Like suppose if he's an employee can belong to different departments. But student, it is like just belonging to one class. So as per your requirements, you can change that. So now let's create a student. And he belongs to class 5A. So this student belongs to class 5A. I save this, then I create one more student. Class 6A. I save this. I add one more student. Student 3 belongs to class 5A and save. So now we can use views to actually sort them by class. So I go to structure, view, add new view, class listing, and I select content of type class. I create a page. So I have student of fields. I click save. Right now it will show you all the 3 students that we have created. They are not sorting them by class. So to do that, you need to click add. That was belongs to class, add. So now it will show you he belongs to class 5. Now we need to group them together. So you can click on settings, belongs to class, and see class 5, class A. Now this is just becoming duplicate class, so that we can remove using exclude from display, apply. So now if you want to show save, And also we can add a menu link, normal menu entry, class listing, save. And if I go to home page, I might click on class listing. See, class 5 students, class 6 students. So you can change the display as per your requirements. You can make it a table.
Yeah.
You all can try this.
Got it. Yes. Give it. Okay.
One thing, where from you remove the duplicate things from the view, you just make as exclude from the display, na?
Oh yes. So if I go to, and there's one more that you can just click on this quick edit now, so it will take you to the edit. So if I click on the edit view, so instead of going from structure and all, so to remove the duplicate, click on that field, and you have to click on this exclude from display. So we require this field because we are grouping it on this, but we don't want to display it again. So you just exclude from display.
Okay, got it. Thanks.
So like there are some certain fields which are like used for other criteria like sorting, filtering. So you add them and then you exclude them from display. And like now, right now, if you need to sort that as per the roll numbers, so we'll just show the roll numbers. Roll numbers, add and configure. So now the student roll numbers will be shown along with the student. So right now we'll just add a sort as per roll number. Roll number, we'll sort it ascending, apply. So it will be 1, 2. So we'll just test that now. So the student doesn't have a roll number. We'll add a roll number for him. We'll add him as 110 and we save. So if we refresh this page, student 3 should go down. So you see it is not going down. Why it is not going down? You can see the preference is set for author date and then the roll number. So we'll have to rearrange the order so that it takes into consideration roll number first and then the last edited date. So if I apply now, let's see, I might save it. See, roll number has gone down, so it is sorting. So you can sort it at multiple levels, and based on how you have placed it, it will take the preference for sorting. Then that sorting options you can give it to the end users also if they want to sort it as per their requirements, ascending, descending. So you click on this, expose this filter. Sorry, not authored on. I'll keep it as roll number. So let's say roll number, apply, save. You can change the sort order. You can try this.
So, suppose we have some use case, something like a LinkedIn, where user follow the tags and we display the feeds of other user who have tagged the same something.
Yes.
So,
So for that, it has to be a taxonomy term, so that we can try on portfolio page. So there we have
okay.
already created the text, loading the portfolio page.
So the tags of the user which he follows, he matches, right?
Yes.
So that
So
will be
right
only
now,
displayed when user
yes.
logged in.
No, it depends if you have set permissions as user logged in or not logged in. So like now this is, we have not given it as a, it's anonymous users can also view this page. So now this is a term. So if I keep on this Drupal, it will show you all the content on the site which is listed by that tag, and it will give a RSS field.
So I mean to say, suppose we have created some tags inside a user segment, right? Say I have assigned some tags to user. So I
Okay.
have created a custom field as a follow tag.
Yes.
Okay. So this is a taxonomy, and there I have assigned. I have 4 tags. I have assigned only 2 tags to that particular user.
Okay.
So when I came to home page, it will show only 2 types of the content which is tagged to the. That means the user who follows the 2 tags. On that content will be visible on a
So
home
for
page.
that, you have to go to the, you have to edit the view for that. So if you go to, you need to filter the content. Okay, we'll have to create that first. So for that user, you'll have to go to configurations, people, manage fields, and we'll need to create a new vocabulary. So we have created 2 tags under this. So now if I go to add field for the user, follow tag. So we can add multiple tags.
Okay.
We'll need to make it a required field because you'll have to select one. Follow tag. So this follow tag. So right now if we go to my account and I edit, follow tag 1, save, and now I go to content tab which we created for portfolios, manage field, add a new taxonomy term, follow tag, save. required follow tag, and I save it to content. Since it's a new field, we'll have to edit those. Edit.
Okay.
So for one, we'll put it as follow tag 1. For the second one, we'll put it as follow tag 2. Save it. Okay, so now if we go to structure views, so before doing that, if we go to the home page, you can see both of them now. So we'll add the condition to portfolio. You have to go to advanced. Now you need to add a relationship to the user. So you click add.
Okay.
Follow tag user. Require it. And then go to contextual filter. User using this field. So there is user using field follow. Require. Save it. You can see. So he'll be given only that particular tag.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's like you need to use relationships. So I had to use 2 relationships for that. So the first relationship what I used is adding the content portfolio to the taxonomy term. And the second one is linking the taxonomy term to the user.
Okay.
So this first relationship is linking the portfolio content to the taxonomy term. And then we have used that same taxonomy term on the user field. So it is like from portfolio to taxonomy, taxonomy to user.
Yasha, but the
Yes.
thing is, like, it should be a contextual filter, right? Because it is the only depends on the current logged in user. Because you only created the content, that's why it will like show you that content. So just change the user of that content and see if it comes or not.
Hello, you got that?
Joshua, you're on mute. I think. No,
Yeah,
you are on.
I think your voice is not coming. That's why I didn't get.
Oh, this.
You are
You
on
see
mute.
this particular content which is there is created by admin, but the follow tag what
Okay.
I'm showing in incognito mode is a test user who is following the
Okay.
follow tag one.
Okay.
So when you need to use a contextual filter is when you cannot get a relationship from the logged in user. So that is it was like you had to filter it based on the author. So I'll show it to you when you go structure view. portfolio. If you open a contextual filter, see, it is authored by, like you want to filter, it's like only my content or some other content. So then you can have a relationship with the user. Over here. So this is like, so if it is not being passed from the URL, you need to explicitly pass it. Now you can check appears in users. So I click this, apply. And now see if that particular result is not passed in the filter, then we can pass some default value, wherein we can take it from the current user's ID, logged in ID, or from the route. So it will be user ID from the user. So what will happen here, this will give you the user ID and not the taxonomy term value which we require to filter, whereas the taxonomy ID for that, what need to go in the contextual filter is so contextual filter, this 4 number will have to be passed, but whereas here you're not, you can get only the user ID and taxonomy term will be with on that page. So you need to use the relationship to get that. So in certain cases, it is not possible to use the relationship to get. So that is the time when you can use contextual filters and pass the variables.
Okay. So in this case, we can also do this contextual filter, right? Suppose assume we're not
Yes.
getting anything.
Yes, then we can use it as a but contextual filter here, we'll have to change the structuring of how we have created a structure. That is the relationship for portfolio, we gave it via taxonomy term. So what we'll have to do here is we relate that particular content type to the user. So then we can relate it to this. Since we structured it in that way, because first only we had created that content just to show I followed that same thing. So that's why we had to use these 2 particular relationships. Or the
Okay.
other thing what you all can do is a subscription module. So if you install a subscription module, like certain users, they can subscribe to that particular content. So then they'll be linked to it. So there is a subscription module in Drupal. Total, but I'm not sure whether it's yet ported in Drupal 9. Yet it was stable. So we might have to use some release of it. No, this have not yet been ported. So we'll have to go with that method only.
Okay.
But that answers your question or still some?
Yeah, it answers my questions. That I will check it my own because
No, yes.
my phone, like my
No,
laptop battery is gone, so
okay. It
so
depends
I
on
am
like,
not able to check.
okay. It depends like how you have structured the content type. So basically when you're creating the content structure, you need to have your requirements like proper. Then later on, because then to add, once you have data inside to change the fields, it becomes difficult.
Yeah, yeah, that's one thing. Suppose I know it. That is my question is like suppose if we wanted to create some wallet, user wallet, okay, it's not related to Drupal commerce, only the basic user wallet where we give some point to user and user can put if suppose we are given 100 point to user and when he creates he can invest in some like say ideas, like suppose content is our ideas and suppose he wanted to put some amount, like say put some coins to their idea. So how we can achieve this, like is there any module or some logic? You got my question?
Got your question. So there'll be like multiple users who will be just publishing their ideas, and the other users
Yes,
will have certain limit of points, like 100 points, 200, which they
yes,
can
yes,
invest certain
yes,
amount.
yes,
So
yes.
what you can do for that is there'll be some rules which you'll have to write. So basically you can create a new comment, and in the comment field you can add you can put certain points, a field as a points. So what will happen? The other users can comment on that node, and they can add that many number of values as points, and that amount you can deduce. Yes.
I mean to say, suppose user there's a no fixed point. The user can invest as much as point he can. So
Yes.
there
So
will be an option to invest. Like they suppose they have 100 points, they have to invest suppose 90 points in one idea and another 10 points in one idea. So they can achieve that. So it is there will be some pop-up or some asking how much you have to invest. There are also a validation of the points, like suppose it cannot be more than 100 invested in a different ideas, like the sum and that total, like how much invested on a single idea, that also shown on the, like say, page where the idea is listed.
yeah, so this you cannot achieve by a module. So there'll be some custom things which you'll have to write. So one thing will be you'll require to create a user dashboard which will show his points, the remaining points where he have invested. So one thing which you can use is like for each of the ideas you can create a comment, a field as a comment or a paragraph type. So it will be wherein the other users can comment. So wherein the comment you keep a integer field for the comment, and they can just put in the number of points that they want to put, and then you can use hook form alter and add custom validations for that. Or you can use you have been using rules module.
Not yet. So I'm
Yes.
new to this, so like
Okay,
not much
so
experience on Drupal side.
you'll have to use this one second. Rules module. It helps you to add validations. So when you're creating a content,
Basically, this project which I'm doing, it basically is already done in some another framework. So I was thinking to put it in a Drupal. So that's why I don't know how to do this in Drupal. That's why I'm asking question,
oh yeah,
like how
so
we can.
you'll be require a I'll show you rules module, and you'll require some knowledge about creating modules wherein you'll have to use form alter and form
Okay.
validations. So because your requirement is very specific, not generalized, so there are no modules for that. So you'll have to write that on yours. So one basic
Okay.
achievement you can do is using this rules module. So this will be one major.
Okay.
So it
So
allows.
can you help me with, yeah, like, so how can we store the coins wala funda, like basically
So you'll have to
like
create a
suppose
field for user.
coins management.
Yes, points management is there in Drupal, but the requirement what it gives you is like suppose you put five, like you publish 5 blogs, they'll give you certain points. So like that
Okay.
user points is there. So I'll show you that module. User points.
Because if we get the some base of the like points management, right, just we have to like create a
Yeah.
custom module to insert and do some validation that we can do at our end. Otherwise, the Drupal will handle it using some module, like say
Yes. So
displaying.
this particular module, you see this module appear for gains and this. So what it does, see, it integrates with rules. It shows you how many points the user has gained, the top users who have earned points, a status message showing how many points you earned or lost. So this module you can install and then build up upon it. So it has all the admin interface also, but it's not yet ported to 9. So you'll have to use the development version for that. So if you check the issue queue, I'll send you the link of this module.
So Joshua,
Yes.
I think suppose some idea is created, some user has invested. So
Yes.
just on the like on a saving form, on a custom form, we can create an entry in this,
Yeah.
and during the update we can update the same entry if we want it, right?
Yes, but
Using
if
a
you need
custom coding.
no, custom coding will be required only if you require like some pop-up and all if you're saying, because that is not there in this. So otherwise you can directly use the rules module. You just need to add a rule. So whenever a user publish something, you minus that many points from the rules module. So there is like a full interface for that. It gives you like post before adding, after adding, when you're creating a content, when you're creating a taxonomy field, when you're adding a new user. So all this rules module has everything of that. But like your
Okay.
UI phase, any changes you need to make, you'll have to custom code that.
Okay.
Rules. So I think it's
So you are saying that we
For,
can achieve this using a user points and rules module.
yes.
yeah, for the rules module is not stable version for Drupal 8 and Drupal 9, right?
Yes,
So
not
still
all of them are. So you'll have to use some patch, and there'll be custom code required. So you require some experience in custom coding, like how the different hooks of the modules, how they work. Like for Node,
So Joshua, one more point here. So I think suppose there is one idea where user can also become a contributor. Only the linking of the user to like subscribe to this idea. So you are saying that we can achieve this using some flag module or some what say a subscription module, something like that.
subscription modules, but they are not yet stable for 8 and 9. So if you like, you'll have to use, so patches are provided. They are not yet put it back in the contributed module. So you can use those, and you can use that, because if you use doing it from scratch will take a lot of time. So if you use those modules, you can get some base from it.
Okay, so that suppose we want to show on each idea at the same line, we have to show the count of the contributors. So there we can achieve using a
Yes.
views.
So view, what you'll have to do is for each content, you have to add a relationship to that field, like how we did for tag followers. You'll have to add, and then there is aggregation. I'll show you the view.
Can you show that one simple example,
I'll show that.
if possible?
Yes. I'll show it to you. So if I go to edit. So that's not a portfolio one. Wait, I'll add it.
So Joshua, the how we going to that like users going to create a custom module like custom field for that?
Yes, to keep the count, you isn't the subscribe you're saying?
Yeah.
No, subscribe, you'll have to take a count from that. So like suppose you have a tag follow one, then we'll have to see how many places it is being used.
Okay.
So 1 second. So if I create,
So how are we going to achieve this?
yeah, 1 second. Follow tag of type taxonomy terms. Follow and content is this. We need to add a relationship to the Add a relationship. This relationship apply. Then we need to use aggregation. Add the follow tag once again. Okay, so this is done. Then you need to add a contextual filter. Follow tag. Okay, so if I go now to add portfolio, one thing I must have missed. Okay, it's showing the two. So now what we need to do is right now what it is doing is it is showing the follow tag one. Since we have filtered it with 4, it is showing it is being used at 2 places. So now we need to club this and get the count of this.
Joshua, you're on mute.
Only one second. Okay. User without group access later. Hello? Hello?
Yeah,
Yeah, you can see
yeah.
the
To count.
to count wherever that follow tag is being used.
So, okay, no problem with that. So, Joshua, you're thinking
Yes.
to take a module development as well in a Drupal 9 in upcoming months or
Yeah, I
something
can.
like
Yeah, I'll be taking that. So, but for that you require like a little bit more practice with Drupal, like the hooks
that?
and all.
Yeah,
You
yeah. So
have
I'm
to go
doing
through
that.
that.
Yeah, I'm doing that. So when you planning it in like somewhere in July or June or June
In
or
June, by like end of June or something.
okay.
So under that now module development we can cover up.
Okay.
Like what particular things like you all want to cover up in that?
Uh, I think the debugging, like how we can debug in like what are the different like debugging style, like how we can debug and populate in an effective way, or like getting an information, performance optimization, little bit like coding
Okay.
as per the thinking of the performance as well. What how to like good practices in a Drupal as from the coding standard point of view, because I am from the Magento background. So basically, in Magento there is a no like such like what we can say standards as like there are two spaces and everything.
Yes. So there is
So
one
the
automated thing which you can just run on any module to test. So that is
So if we can like say
yeah, I
how
can
we
give
can like small
this module.
session regarding the how we can like effective way of debugging in Drupal, like suppose any information, how to like suppose how to join a custom table with like say any Drupal score table, so
Yes.
something like that, the basic stuff,
Okay.
the something like that. So
Okay.
it
I
will
can
help
build
us
yeah.
even to like explore more.
Yes, I can do that. I'll build like some PPT or something on that, and then I'll share with you also. If those are fine, then we can have with that, or you all can suggest also on that same email thread. Hello, is that okay?
Yeah, is that okay? Is that okay? No, no
I'll
problem
just
with
share
that.
you this link. So this is the coding standard used for Drupal themes and modules.
So Joshua, are you going to share this video as well? This
Yeah, it is being
session.
recording. Yeah, I'll share it with you all.
So it will help us to understand whenever we stuck somewhere.
Yes.
We'll check it.
And also you all can join that Drupal Slack channel support which I said. No? So there are like many users, around 14,000 users who are actively present over there. So if you all have any
Yeah,
doubt,
I
just
already joined it. I
okay.
already joined that like a few months ago. So I'm there in that group.
Okay.
Joseph, can you share the Slack URL so I can also join?
Okay, I'll send all the links which I shared with this chat, and I'll put it in the email and I'll send it to you.
Sure.
Oh, yeah. That.
So Joshua, I have another UI use case.
Yes.
So currently I'm doing that. Just I wanted to know what is the best possible way. We are using Jira, and here they have given us to create some Jira reports, custom Jira reports. Okay, so
Okay.
I think for every user we have lots of entries in a Jira. So what is the effective way to fetch the data from a Jira, because there are thousands of records. So as I have tried with a batch process, so it's taking for 800, 900 records, it's taking 5 to 6 minutes.
Okay. So
So that
instead
is
of batch
huge, because
process,
we have lots of entries.
you could do a cron process, because that will be running on the server. So when you do a batch process, it runs from your browser. So you can convert the batch to
Okay.
a cron process, and then you can give it a 15 minutes interval or something, like for to 100, like you just convert that batch code to a cron code. Because
Cron
that,
code.
yeah, cron code. So what happens, cron doesn't run as a batch, it runs on the server. So that will be more faster, because here it batch, it will show you that process and all on the interface.
Okay.
Yeah,
So the same code will be used, whatever, right?
the
It
logic
works
will
in
be the
a,
same, only the main function will be different. So that is
okay, because there are lots of data, say we're going to integrate it, say multiple Jira accounts, and then we're going to fetch the records. So the cron, I need to check exactly how to done using a cron. Not I know the cron how it works,
yeah.
but I'm not aware of exactly how to work with the Drupal.
Okay, I have one module which I had done for one requirement, so I'll send you that basic structure of that module. I had done it for NetSuite integration, so they were doing the e-commerce exporting from there. So that I can send you for reference. You can use that.
So how much data they are you are exporting there from?
Yeah,
that?
it's like around 10,000 users and all which were coming per day. So it is like a multi-site. So it's blueair.com which I was
Okay.
working with. So they in each country they have. So it is like some of the sites and Drupal, some are on their external sites like Amazon and all. So that data had to be mapped back to the main site.
Okay.
So that we have done using cron. So that was running like every 15 minutes.
Okay. So every 15 minutes you are fetching a data and then manipulating it.
Yes, we are like syncing it back to the main site, because there are stock values which need to be updated. Like somebody, if the stock
Yeah.
is common, but some of them are buying from different sites, and some are buying from
Yeah,
here.
I got it.
All of that. Your site is in Drupal 8 or 7?
Yeah, it's a Drupal. It's the latest 8.86.
Okay,
So
it should. That is there. So any other specific? Anybody has anything? Because this was just like basic introduction, like to how Drupal works or something. So y'all can send like any specific thing, like advanced thing y'all require, y'all can email it. Stanley, you want
sure,
to
you
share anything? Some experience and all with.
I think so, Joshua. If someone is new to Drupal, then they should run those pre-save, post-save, and all for forms and all. Right. For module point of view.
Yeah, module interface. You can take up that, I think, like form hooks, various hooks which are generally used.
Yeah, and then I think so. Solar search and all will be good for next time, if specifically like people who are new to Drupal and all, like for them.
Yeah,
And
anyone
advanced.
has experience with Solar Search? Not in Drupal, like besides.
Yeah, I have it. So I have done it in Magento.
Okay. Yes. That also we can do it in Drupal. I think some local setup you all will have to provide like. Any feedback?
So it's a very good session. I'll get to lot to know many things.
And we can also have a
Thanks, Osha.
Magento session for us who are not using it much somewhere soon.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody has any questions or anything? Or we can wrap it up.
Yeah, could I ask
Yes.
a question?
Yes.
Uh, Actually, I have hesitated in entity type. What is entity type or bundle?
Okay, so what bundle is categorized mainly as node is one bundle, taxonomy is one bundle, and entity types are what we created, like portfolio is one entity type, and student what we created was another entity type. So those are like content types in that. So basically in general words it is like we are creating a new content type. So but in Drupal, like how it is like internally recognizing it is like entity or a bundle. So they are clubbed them together.
So,
Yes.
if I am creating a content type, it is a entity type, right?
Yes. Of
And
entity type of node. When you're creating a taxonomy, like some vocabulary, it is an entity type of taxonomy.
okay, and inside it's anything we create, then it called bundle.
Bundle is like a group of all those things. So all those nodes, what we created, different content types will be clubbed under the bundle node. So if you just go to the DB, you'll understand it. Localhost.
So Joshua, can you
Yes.
share the like most used module in Drupal, like for the different things, like for the basic stuff, like most usable while
Yeah.
development or something
Yeah, I'll share that because like
that will
mostly
help
most.
us to. Hmm. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I'll share it to you. The most used
Thank
are the
you.
ones which we installed today. That is that path auto is required, like to make the URL
Hmm.
SEO friendly. Then there is one more module is the paragraphs. So initially it was like field collection, but from Drupal 8 it became as paragraphs. So those are like like under student you'll have like certain like criteria which you can club together and then make multiple of it. And then there is address
Okay.
module, so which is like gives you predefined fields, like it will have first name, last name, locality, street address, pin code. So address module is one.
So Joshua, I think we can do one thing. We can keep the Drupal development session when we putting it. So it should be like you can use that e-commerce use case. So I think that will cover a lot of things.
Oh yes.
So like, so we
Two
can
particular
do.
things what we can, one is Uber cart and one is commerce. So commerce module is mostly
Yeah.
used from 8, so we can go on that.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, we can
I
do
think
that.
that cover a lot of things like
Yeah.
views, highly uses of views and every stuff.
Oh yes, we can do that.
Vishwa, even we can go through that web forms module, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
web
yeah.
form
Web
module also.
forms
Where
also important.
So there is the type portfolio class student.
Yes, this is the type of the which is used. And if I go to one second, where is that? This is the language BID. So if I go to this particular table, key value, since it is storing in blob, no, that's why we cannot like see it. That's why I typed the search. So you can see it is type of a bundle node. Yes. By name. In block is one more type of it. So it's like all entities which we are saving.
Uh, we can say entity is
Block is like
one
a
kind of
main bundle.
row.
See. So you see now block is a main bundle, and under type there are various entity types which you are creating. So like node is the main bundle, and under node we created portfolio, class, student.
Okay.
So
No,
if you, yes,
you
so
are
if you see
saying
like,
node is the main bundle.
yes. So now when you're creating content type, it uses node. So when you're creating now blocks, you go to custom block library you're creating. So block is the main bundle. So under block, you can create more different block types. You can create like custom blocks, whichever you want, like basic block, advanced block. So those will be the entity types of it.
And in your perspective, what is just entity?
Entity is like, how to I'll explain it to you. It's like one particular instance of that. So like how you have like a student profile, like you have in student, you have first name, last name, second name, roll number. And when you add one student to that, that becomes an entity.
Right, right. Yes, you are right.
And anyone else has anything? You were able, Ashik, you were able to do it along with us? Were
Sorry, I could not understand you.
you able to follow up with us alongside when we were doing it?
Yes, but where?
Okay. Mm. Okay, then we can, if nobody has any other questions, we can wrap this up, and then I'll send a email with all the details like Slack and all the other modules and all which are required.
Yeah,
Yes.
Josh, one suggestion from my side.
Yes.
Can we have one more session like related to migrate the sites from Drupal 7 to higher version like Drupal 8 to 9?
Yes, we can have, but it depends on the, means it's a little complex process. Like if there are like a lot of custom modules in 7, then you need to create that, replicate that logic to 8 or 9. So first you have to do it from 7 to 8 and then from 8 to 9. 7 to 9 will be very complicated. You cannot go directly. We can have that, but
So
that, yes,
you can have for 7 to 8. No?
yes. But if it is like 7 to 8, if we create a new 7 site, basically without using any custom coding, and that way you want, or we are doing it using like some custom modules where we do additional work and all on that.
But what about the contrib modules and all?
Yeah,
You
with the
can
contributors,
easily.
which I no custom modules, isn't like where you write your own modules.
Yeah, obviously, because Drupal
Yes.
it doesn't know what we have made in custom.
Yes. Yes, we can do that also.
Thanks. That's it from my side.
Joshua, do we have any way to debug our code in Drupal 8, like line by line debug?
You can use X debug, like line by line. That is depending on the editor which you're using, like Virtual Composer and all. If you're using Virtual Studio, it shows you the error breakpoints. Like in Sublime, you'll need to use module. Whereas in Drupal, you can check in this recent log messages. So it will show you any access log, but it won't give you very much in detail, but it will show you like line names and also like it is showing you like this particular where we got this exception error. It is showing this particular, when we were creating the views, it was showing the error. So it is showing the line number and all. But this is like a broader level. But if you want to break in line, then you need to use the external application. Like X debug is mostly commonly which is used, like supporting on the editor which you're
Yes,
using.
I have heard about X debug right now.
And this is the one which Drupal provides you, like access log. Mostly on like production environment, this is turned off because it logs each and every instance. So when you go to production, this is disabled to save, optimize it. Like otherwise, it makes DB entries for all of those. So it is accessing more. So production, you can turn this off. And also on productions, like all the UI modules wherein like views, UI and all are disabled, because like mostly on production, you don't go to do any changes there. It's just code is pushed. So those modules are disabled on from admin.
Okay.
Supporting my site from Drupal 8 to 9. So I'm finished almost. I reached 8.89, but because of 2 contributed modules, I'm waiting. So once I add patches for that, I'll push. From 8 to 9, it is like very much simpler compared to 7 to 8.
Is there any big difference of in coding standard?
Yes,
In
from
8
7
to
to
9?
8, it is totally different. From 8 to 9, there is no much difference.
Yeah, 7 to
8
okay,
to
okay.
9, there is no much difference.
Thank you. Thank you.
9 is just the next release of like 8.9 of what 8 would come. So only thing, they have removed all deprecated functions and all from 9. Totally they have removed it. Okay, then we can wrap up for today.
Thank you, Joshua.
Yeah.
Thank you
Thank
for
you,
that.
everyone. Yeah. Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you, Joshua. Yeah, it was a lovely session.
Yeah, thank you, Stanley.
It's a good session. Thank
Thank
you.
you, everyone. Have a nice day.
You too.
Same to you.
I'll
Bye bye.
upload this recording also, and I'll share it on the So email, I'll send the links and all the other things by email.
Please
Yeah.
Okay. Bye.
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 Yeah. Bye.